Dear students, good morning all of you. As you know that entire India is locked down due to COVID-19 and our school management has decided to give the online classes. Myself, Dialam sir, from Scottish Public School, Rajokhar Arania, I am going to give you the first class for class 10th in geography. Dear students, as you know, the first chapter is resources and development. Today we are going to define resources and further I will tell you in this video what is the relation between resources and development. First of all, I want to tell you the definition of resources. What are resources or what do you mean by resources? This is the question. Anything that is available on the environment. Anything that is available on the environment that can be used to satisfy human needs is called a resource. We have plenty of things around us. For example, we have water, air, sunlight, soil, land, mountains, plateau, rivers, and so many things. All these things are resources. Resources are the things that are used to satisfy human needs. Without resources, we cannot fulfill our needs. We cannot fulfill our demands. So resources are very, very important. Now, I am going to tell you what is the relation between resources and development. You know, development is the demand of modern era. Without development, we cannot go ahead, and development is possible with the help of resources. Without using resources, we cannot. Dear students, we are going to tell you about the relation between resources and development. Resources and development are correlated. Without using resources, neither we develop ourselves, nor we develop our society, nor we develop our country. If we want to develop ourselves, if we want to develop our society, if we want to develop our country, then it is important that we have a lot of resources and we must use resources carefully. So, resources and development are correlated. Without resources, development cannot be possible. I think all the boys and girls must understand that the importance of resources. Resources are vital for human survival. You know, we take food every day and we drink water, we breathe in fresh air. All these things are resources. Resources are vital for human survival as well as for the development of the country. Without resources and without using resources, we cannot develop the country. So, it is said that the country which have more and more resources are rich and wealthy country and developed country. The countries which have less resources are categorized under poor country or underdeveloped country. So resources are vital for human survival as well as for the development of the country. This is the importance of resources. Now question arises, we have a lot of things, we have so many resources, but what is the classification of resources? Now I am going to tell you that general classification of resources. The general classification of resources says that there are three types of resources: natural resources, man-made resources, and human resources. Now what is natural resources? Natural resources are the free gifts of nature. Natural resources are the things that are found on the ground, or natural resources are the things that are available on our environment that are used to fulfill our needs, such as air, water, sunlight, land, soil, etc. These are the natural resources. Natural resources are free gifts of nature. Nature has provided us so many things, and we all human beings are using these resources for our betterment, for our quality of life, for our development since time immemorial. Now, what do you mean by man-made resources? Man-made resources are the resources which are made by man with the help of knowledge and technology. Today, man has improved himself with knowledge and technology, and with the help of knowledge and technology, human beings have become able to make many things. These things are called man-made resources. We have a lot of examples around us that are made by man, such as roadways, railways, buildings, dams, vehicles, buses, trucks, etc. Now question arises, what is the human resource? Human resource is considered the greatest resource because it is the human who can apply their knowledge and who can apply their skills to turn many things into usable resources with the help of existing technology. It is the human beings who can turn the resources into usable and more valuable. Without human beings, no resources can be used on their own. So we can say that human beings are the greatest resource. Human beings have ability to turn anything into usable things. Human beings have knowledge to turn anything into usable things. Human beings have skill and human beings have technology, and all these things come through the education. Human beings have obtained education, and through the education all the skills come within the human beings, and human beings can change all the resources into usable resources. So we can say that human beings are the most important resources. In this way, the general classification are summed up. The general classification says that we have three types of resources: natural resources, man-made resources, and human resources. Now, I am going to tell you about the classification of natural resources. The classification of natural resources, we can easily understand the classification of natural resources on the basis of origin. On the basis of origin, we have two types of resources, biotic and abiotic. You know and you can see our environment is full of biotic and abiotic resources. What do you mean by biotic resources? Biotic resources are the resources which have life in them, such as human beings, plants, animals. All forms of life can be seen on this environment. This is the biotic resources. Now, abiotic resources. The second types of resources is abiotic resources. Abiotic resources are those which do not have life in them, such as soil, water, air, roadways, railways, and many human-made things which do not have life in them. These are the abiotic resources. And our environment is the combination of biotic as well as abiotic resources. You know, the physical environment refers to the land, soil, water, rivers, mountains, plateaus, etc. These are the abiotic resources. When we go ahead, the classification of resources can be clarified on the basis of exhaustibility. First of all, I am telling you what is the meaning of exhaustibility. Exhaustibility means the things that may come to an end one day. I mean to say, when things will finish one day, this is the term exhaustibility. And on the basis of exhaustibility, we have two types of resources: renewable resources and non-renewable resources. Renewable resources are those which can be renewed or replenished once again after we consume. मेरा कहने का मतलब कि जब वो रिसोर्सेस जिसको हम दोबारा बना सकते हैं, रिसेंटली बना सकते हैं, इमीडिएटली बना सकते हैं, दोबारा उसको प्राप्त कर सकते हैं कंज्यूम करने के बाद, ऐसे रिसोर्सेस को रिन्यूएबल रिसोर्सेस कहते हैं. Renewable resources are those which can be renewed or replenished once again after we consume, such as solar energy. Today we are using solar energy, and after finishing the solar energy, we can trap the solar energy once again. We are consuming wind energy, and after consuming wind energy, we can obtain wind energy once again. We are using water energy also. After using hydroelectricity, we can generate electricity from water in the turbine. In this way, we can say that renewable resources are those which can be renewed or replenished once again. Now, what is non-renewable resources? Non-renewable resources are those which cannot be replenished or which cannot be renewed once again after we consume, because we know that the deposits of these resources are limited in nature. These resources are found in the ground in a limited manner. For example, fossil fuel, coal, petroleum, natural gas, iron ore, minerals, bauxite, etc. These are the These are the things or these are the materials that are naturally occurred in the environment or underground, and if we consume all the amount of coal, if we consume all the amount of petroleum, if we consume all the amount of natural gas, we cannot replenish it, we cannot renew them, we cannot renew them immediately. Because you know, the formation of coal, petroleum and natural gas takes millions of years to be formed inside the ground. So it is not easy to form the natural gas, coal, petroleum, because these are the non-renewable resources. This is the reason all the intellectuals of the world say that we must use resources, especially the non-renewable resources. We must use non-renewable resources for our betterment, for our development, but our utilization should be correct. Our utilization should be judicious. Without judicious use, if we use all these things in indiscriminate way, then one day all these things might be come to an end. So, my dear students, I want to tell you that you have to use the resources for your development, for your betterment, for your quality of life, but you have to use these things in a careful manner. Without careful manner, if we use indiscriminately, no doubt all these things might be come to an end one day. So if we protect the resources or preserve the resources, the future generation may use these things for their betterment. So thank you very much for this information. I think all of you have understood about this.